Hare Krishna. So, we have the greatest treasure of everything, of all things, in this Kali Yuga, and that is the holy names, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which is so powerful, which has everything, and it can give us anything we want, and which was not so potent. I mean, which is not such a prominent method of achieving things in the other yugas, but in the Kali Yuga, the topmost perfection is given to us so easily. It's like more powerful or precious than diamonds or platinum or whatever, because the Hare Krishna mantra can give us anything and everything. So that's why in the Bhagavatam also it says, Akama sarva kamo va moksha kamo udaradi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta paramam gata. So whatever, if we are either filled with material desires, or we don't want desires, we desire liberation, or we want akama is someone with no kama, no desires. Sarva kama, someone who has all kinds of desires, or someone moksha kama, someone wants liberation. Whoever you may be, if you take to the holy names, chanting to bhakti, then what happens is you will be fulfilled, you will be satisfied, and you will make progress. So it doesn't matter in what state we are in. Maybe we are filled with material desires and we feel very guilty. How am I going to make progress? Because I have this longing to be Krishna's devotee, and at the same time I have so many material desires plaguing my mind. And then the only solution is just do bhakti yoga completely, because the person who can give you everything, who can fulfill all your desires, is only Lord Krishna. But the advantage of approaching him is that you will get purified. That's why Krishna doesn't immediately give. He purifies you and then gives it in such a way that it will satisfy you fully and you will make further progress. So, and in fact, we should be afraid that what if all my desires get fulfilled? Then I'll be stuck. Too many material desires, I'll be enjoying that material desires, and maybe I'll forget Krishna. That should be our worry and fear. It is not a fear of whether my desires will get fulfilled, because if you go to Krishna, definitely Krishna is sarva kama. He can fulfill all our desires. We should be afraid that, oh my God, I should not desire too many things, and then I'll be Krishna might fulfill them, and then it'll be delayed, my opportunity to go back home, back to Godhead. And Guru Maharaj mentions how when a soul is leaving a devotee is leaving his body, then he's taken through, he's going upward because he has done devotional service, and he passes through all these elevated, Swargalokas, where people are really so blissful and enjoying themselves. And if anywhere you think, oh, so nice it is, how nicely they're enjoying, immediately you'll be dropped there and you'll be offloaded from the Viman, and then there you are stuck. You have to enjoy that. So it's not a question, we don't have to worry whether we will get all these enjoyments. In fact, we should worry that maybe I'll get all my enjoyments and it'll be delayed, my going back home, back to Godhead. So this holy names, we should treasure it very much and be aware, more sensitive to how the holy name is Krishna himself, and how Krishna is waiting to reciprocate with us. And the more we chant to him, even if we have material desires, keep it in the back burner, but keep thinking of Krishna and trying to approach him with all humility. Then we can make progress. So, but why is it that these material desires take over our minds and pull us away from Krishna? And the only reason is because of our false ego. This wanting to, it's an imagination. We want to experience that, the sense of being separate from Krishna. It's not real. We are never separated from Krishna. We never can be. Even in this stage of Maya, we are always with Krishna. We are never separated from him. And when we awaken, then we realize, oh my God, Krishna is always there with me. So it is something like in the darkness, you've forgotten where you left your specs or something. And then the light comes, oh, it's right here. It doesn't require that you have to struggle and struggle and struggle. And finally, after many years, you will understand where you left your specs. It's not like that. Similarly, to realize Krishna, it doesn't mean that I have to go and do a lot of tapasya and it'll take many births or many years before I can understand Krishna. It is not like that, because Krishna is always with us. It's just that we have covered our eyes and we have to open it, and we can open it by putting our ahankara down. When you understand that, at least intellectually, that I'm not this body, I'm not separate from Krishna, and then what's my position? My identity is to be his servant. And that's what we should be begging Krishna. That please let me serve you, please let me serve you. Because that establishes our relationship with him, the oneness with him, the connection with him. And automatically everything will be available through that. Or even material sense gratification. Why is it that the demigods easily get all this sense enjoyment? Because they've already connected themselves with Krishna. And so by fulfilling these desires in a nice way, and they're continuing to do devotional service to Krishna, they'll get purified and progress further. That is the hope. Of course, when you go there, sometimes this material sense gratification is very, very enchanting and disturbing, that distracting, that they forget to progress further, and then again they have to come back to the earth. But anyway, their consciousness is getting elevated more and more in doing devotional service, and they don't forget Krishna while they are having their sense gratification. So we here is very easy. Our consciousness is not, Maya is very strong here, because we are not living with elevated people. In the heavenly planets, everyone is little pious, so nobody is doing atrocious things to completely pull us out of Krishna. But here we see so many activities that are very, very, take us like 90 degrees away from Krishna. And so that's why we need to be very, very careful and keep the association of devotees and this faith alive, this sensitivity, this awareness that Krishna is always there with me, that I just need to turn to him, and that's all. That's all my problems are solved. No need of any more problems. Just this one step we have to take, just to turn towards him and request him, Krishna, please let me be your servant. That is just this false ego has to leave. Instead of we want our own identity, material identity, this false ego and pride that I'm something. I don't need to constantly keep begging Krishna. I can myself do everything. I'm very smart, I'm very intelligent, and so on. This ego is the only screen which is coming between us and Krishna. And that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given so much emphasis on humility, Trinadapi Sunichena. Because the minute we become humble, our false ego is squashed and Krishna is there with us. We're constantly with Krishna, and Krishna is always guiding us, fulfilling our desires, giving us wonderful instructions, being a friend to us at all times, like he was with Arjuna. Even difficult moments are all gone when Krishna is around with us. So the holy name, the holy name, the holy name. There is no other way, no other way, no other way. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Class ends a commentary by Prema Padmani Devi Das Singh. Hare Krishna.